Volkswagen Group has once again admitted that it is probably in for a very rough ride. It's going to lose a lot of money. Honestly, it's going to lose a lot of market share within the next 24 months. It's going to be really bad. And this is why. I've been saying this for a long time. People just say, you know what, Viking, you're just bashing on gasoline-powered companies. You're just bashing on these, legacy automotive companies. It's not fair. You just love BYD and Tesla. Well, you know what? This is Volkswagen saying this comment. This is coming directly from the horse's mouth. Make of it what you will. But realistically, we're seeing disruption. It's happening right now. Nobody seems to even notice. You know why? Because the mainstream media is pretending it isn't happening because they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Volkswagen Group have said that China is their most important market, and it's not even close. They just said that again. I'll repeat why that's so important. Because historically, 50% of Volkswagen Group's profit comes from China. Now, I still see this repeated constantly on forums all over the internet by these people who really don't have any idea what they're talking about. They think they do, and they're a bit embarrassing. They're the kind of people who, speak up really loudly at a party, pretend like they know things that they don't know anything about, and just make themselves look really silly. They say that Europe, or particularly Germany, is Volkswagen Group's most important market. It's not even close, not even remotely close. Why? Well, the biggest car market in the world is China. And Volkswagen Group make twice as much profit in China, or historically they have, versus what they make in Europe. Now, here's the big issue, right? China is moving to EVs at an insane pace. It hit 30-something%. I think it's about 33% electric vehicle deliveries as a percentage of all auto sales in the fourth quarter of 2022. So this is happening at an insane pace. And Volkswagen, while they're doing their best to try and catch up a bit, they're so far behind. Not only are they behind in terms of actual electric vehicle production, where they're way behind, as a percentage of sales, EVs are a pretty minuscule number, but they're also way behind when it comes to brand perception. Why? It's not just brand perception, it's product. The truth is, the Chinese think Volkswagen's EVs are not that good. Why? Because software matters. If you're paying this kind of money for a car, if you're buying a new car, you expect the software to work. You expect your EV to be using cutting edge technology. Volkswagen Group's EVs do not use cutting edge technology. At least that's what the Chinese say anyway. Whether or not you want to agree or disagree with me, agree or disagree with the many people, other experts on other YouTube channels who have said the same thing as what I'm telling you now, it doesn't really matter. The key point here is this is what the Chinese population is saying. Car News China reported that during his recent visit to China, Volkswagen chairman Oliver Blume said that China is the most important market for the Volkswagen Group. Before Herbert was fired, he said the same thing. While talking during a recent interview in China, he said that Volkswagen was open to more collaboration with China in the future. As early as 1978, says CarNewsChina.com, Volkswagen was one of the first international automakers to make connections in China, and it was a very smart decision. Its first joint venture was with state-owned automotive company SAIC, and that was established in October of 1984. SAIC Volkswagen is now the second oldest joint Chinese foreign car-making venture in China. The first oldest was Beijing Jeep. As you probably know now, that no longer exists because, Jeep declared bankruptcy in China. The company is a joint venture between the Volkswagen Group and the Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation, SAIC. And in 2022, SAIC Volkswagen became the first automaker in China to sell 22 million cars. That's an incredible number. But of those, more than 99% are powered by gasoline. Volkswagen has another joint venture with FAW. The FAW Group sold 3.2 million vehicles in 2022 with profits of over 49 billion yen. Or around about $8 to $9 billion US. The FAW Group sold 3.2 million vehicles in 2022 with profits of over 8 to 9 billion. With its location in Changchun, capital of Yilin Province, Volkswagen views its joint venture with China FAW Group as extremely important. It doesn't want to stop making money. Yilin province has been promoting policies to attract automakers into the area and hopes its auto industry will bring in 1 trillion yen or $149 billion in 2025. So what is the key problem here? Well, here it is. Volkswagen has a handful of brands in China. Those include Skoda, Audi, and Porsche. So far, the company has found very impressive success in the Chinese automotive landscape, with 50% of its sales coming from China alone in 2021. 50% of Volkswagen Group's global sales came from China in 2021. Well, that's not the case anymore. In 2022, Volkswagen Group China delivered 3.18 million vehicles in Hong Kong and mainland China, meaning its global delivery of vehicles dropped from 50% in China to around 34 to 35%. That's a pretty big fall. Now, Bloom said that Volkswagen is not only interested in the Chinese market, but also in future collaboration, especially in the electrification and high-tech sectors. For example, last year, Volkswagen revealed its partnership with Chinese automotive chip manufacturer Horizon Robotics. And after they shut down their autonomous driving division in Germany, and basically just, along with Ford, who was their partner, ceased operations of that business and fired all their staff, they went and bought into a Chinese software company, hoping that software company would fix their software problems in their ID vehicles. Now, Bloom unfortunately said that Volkswagen will continue to push their success in the gasoline-powered segment in China, and also to focus on EVs too. But here's the thing, in 2022, China's automobile production and sales hit 27 million. That means China is 1/3 of the global car market. Out of that figure, 7.1 million were electrified vehicles. 7.1 million. Now, if we look at the Volkswagen Group's sales figures in China, or just the Volkswagen brand, we can see that they are falling pretty quickly. In 2017, Volkswagen sold 3.14 million vehicles in China. In 2018, it was 3.13 million. In 2020, that figure dropped to 2.6 million, and then in 2021 to 2.16 million. In 2022, that figure had dropped to just over 2 million. In other words, sales have fallen more than 35% over the past couple of years for the group. Now, is that due to the fact that they don't make many EVs? Well, yeah, that's certainly part of it. It's also due to the fact that the impression and sentiment of the Volkswagen Group and their brands has definitely gone down. Porsche, not really. People still think Porsche is a premium brand they'd be willing to pay money for. However, the other brands, not so much. For example, Audi, BMW, and Mercedes have developed a bit of a stink around them in China. The Chinese media have pretty much said that those companies don't make compelling EVs, and why would you buy one when you can get a Neo or many other EVs from other brands who make EVs only and specialize in making compelling ones in China? They've got a point too. Now, the Volkswagen Group unfortunately simply blame COVID. They said their sales are dropping in China as a result of COVID or supply chain problems or whatever. But the thing is, whatever your excuses are, if you're being disrupted, then you're being disrupted. It doesn't matter if you have excuses, it's still happening. And the truth is right now, less than 5% of the cars that Volkswagen sell in China are fully electric. While the car market in China is moving towards electric cars at the fastest pace in the country's history, Volkswagen are still struggling to ramp up EV production. My friends, there is just no other alternative. Volkswagen have admitted as much. They will certainly lose market share over the next few years in China, lose profits, and therefore lose one big advantage they've had in the past, which is economies of scale. The more cars you make, the cheaper you can produce each car. Or the less cars you make, the more money it costs you to produce each car. Now we know Volkswagen most certainly does not make a profit on its EVs. How does it plan on making a profit on its EVs in China? Nobody knows. I don't think they do. I think they're just hoping it's all going to be okay. Unfortunately, it isn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.